and welcome to the Sunday Guardian show by Joyita Basu. I'm the editor of the weekly newspaper The Sunday Guardian, published from New Delhi. Now, today I want to discuss the conditions in which Indian workers in the Gulf live and work in the context of the terrible incident of fire that took place at a building in Kuwait, killing 42 Indian workers. Now, the Indian government has swung into action, sending a minister over there to monitor the situation. Compensations for the bereaved families are being announced. The remains of the workers will be brought back, there will be DNA testing. But where is the Kuwait government in all this? The incident took place under its watch. What is it doing to give the Indians justice? What is it doing to give compensation to the families of the victims? Now you see, Indian migrant workers in the Gulf are mostly blue-collar workers who are treated in an inhuman manner. In this context, remember Qatar? Ahead of the World Cup football in 2022, it was reported that actually more than 3,000 Indian workers died between 2011 and May 2022 while getting that country ready for the World Cup. Now, most of these deaths were passed off as caused by natural causes like heart failure and exhaustion. But the fact is, all the deaths happened because the workers were made to work in extreme heat, work beyond normal working hours, were not provided with adequate safety gear, because of which many of them fell and died, and then they were also made to stay in inhuman labor camp-like conditions. Now, the shoddy treatment of migrant workers in the Gulf has to be seen in the context of the much abused kafala system, kafala or sponsorship system. Kafala comes from the word kafil or sponsors. Private individuals and companies who are known as kafils in the Gulf are given sponsorship permits by the respective governments to employ foreign laborers. The kafils then bring the blue-collar workers to the country concerned and put them up in camps or dormitories or give them employment in private residences. Now, the kafala system is abusive because it gives the kafils complete control over the lives of migrant workers, including where and how they work and what their immigration status is. It is only the kafils who can renew or terminate a worker's visa. If the kafil decides not to return the passport of a worker, he cannot return home. The worker cannot even take up another job without the kafil's permission. The kafil can get a worker's visa even terminated and send him to jail. You see, don't forget that most of these migrant workers have already paid huge amounts as recruitment fees to agencies or individuals so that they can be hired in the Gulf. And after all this, even wage violation takes place, where they may not get paid timely, or sometimes they are not even paid their overtime. Now, they cannot join any labor union because the kafala system does not come under the country's labor ministry. It usually comes under the interior ministry. So, a particular country's labor laws do not apply to these migrant laborers. Hence, they cannot even report any abuse. So, these workers are completely at the mercy of the whims and fancies of their employers without any legal rights of their own. Now, this is nothing but modern day slavery, and Indians from poor families endure this torture for some extra money that they send home. Now, it is the role of the Indian government that is of importance here. Now, the Ministry of External Affairs says that they have a monitoring system in place in all these countries to follow every complaint that they receive from Indian nationals in the Gulf, especially those who are working in the blue-collar sector, who are in blue-collar jobs. Now, according to the MEA, Indian missions in the Gulf received over 33,000 complaints from Indian workers in less than 3 years, between March 2021 and December 2023. Now, most of these complaints were regarding delay or non-payment of salaries, retention of passports, unfair working conditions, substandard accommodation, extended working hours, ill treatment, harassment, etc. The MEA has also opened various channels through which the workers can lodge their complaints. The Emir also has dedicated labor wings in all Indian missions in the Gulf countries for Indian workers. In context of this treatment, if you remember, a year after taking over as Prime Minister in 2014, Narendra Modi visited a labor camp in Abu Dhabi in August 2015 to highlight the importance he gave to this issue. In 2016, Qatar promised to improve those conditions after PM Modi expressed his concerns with Doha during a visit there. Now, this push should not only continue but also intensify. India is big enough and powerful enough to exert sustained pressure on the Gulf countries so that they bring in systemic changes in labor conditions. Now, just because they are getting cheap labor does not mean they can treat human life as cheap. There should not be a repeat of another Kuwait. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.